The Hollow Men by T.S. Eliot, 1888 to 1965. We are the hollow men. We are the stuffed men, leaning together, headpiece filled with straw. Alas! Our dried voices, when we whisper together, are quiet and meaningless as wind in dry grass, or rats' feet over broken glass in our dry cellar. Shape without form, shade without colour, paralysed force, gesture without motion. Those who have crossed with direct eyes to death's other kingdom remember us, if at all, not as lost violent souls, but only as the hollow men, the stuffed men. Eyes I dare not meet in dreams, in death's dream kingdom, these do not appear. There the eyes are sunlight on a broken column. There is a tree swinging, and voices are in the wind singing, more distant and more solemn than a fading star. Let me be no nearer in death's dream kingdom. Let me also wear such deliberate disguises: rat's coat, crowskin, crossed staves in a field, behaving as the wind behaves, no nearer. Not that final meeting in the twilight kingdom. This is the dead land. This is cactus land. Here the stone images are raised. They receive the supplication of a dead man's hand under the twinkle of a fading star. Is it like this in death's other kingdom, walking alone at the hour when we are trembling with tenderness, lips that would kiss form prayers to broken stone? The eyes are not here. There are no eyes here. In this valley of dying stars, in this hollow valley, this broken jaw of our lost kingdoms, in this last of meeting places, we grope together and avoid speech, gathered on this beach of the tumid river. Sightless, unless the eyes reappear as the perpetual star, multifoliate rose of death's twilight kingdom, the hope only of empty men. Here we go round the prickly pear, prickly pear, prickly pear. Here we go round the prickly pear at 5 o'clock in the morning. Between the idea and the reality, between the motion and the act falls the shadow. For thine is the kingdom. Between the conception and the creation, between the emotion and the response, falls the shadow. Life is very long. Between the desire and the spasm, between the potency and the existence, between the essence and the descent, falls the shadow. For thine is the kingdom. For thine is life. Is for thine is the... This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. Okay, this is a poem by T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot was born in the United States. He came from a very wealthy Bostonian family. And in 1914 he came to the UK, and later he took British nationality. He won he won a Nobel Prize in Literature. He went to Harvard University and Merton College, Oxford. So, what's this about? Well, The Hollow Men by by T.S. Eliot. This is about the conditions of people after the First World War. That people, they don't know what to do. They're purposeless. They don't have a purpose. They're disillusioned. That all of the ideas from before the First World War have died, have gone, and there is nowhere to go forward. It's like they are between a point in the past. Their minds still live in the pre-First World War era, which was very imperialistic, it was a very good era for the UK. But if you were rich, you had servants. There was very little equality. But the First World War broke all that. It destroyed all that. And now everything is falling apart. There is broken glass on the floor. Let's see, that men are praying to a broken stone. This broken stone represents the religion or the belief of how things were before. Yes, but things have changed. No longer is this a world of the big house and all of the servants. This is now a much fairer, much juster world. But people who are living in it, they can't get used to it. They're living in an empty world. They're looking for changes to their circumstance. So they're like a group of people living between life and death. They are unable to die, to leave the old world, but they're unable to embrace the new world that's come. And I think this, in the last lines of this, that the world will end with not a great big explosion, but it will be really quiet. The world will end with a whisper, not a bang. So, let's see. We are the hollow men. We are the stuffed men, leaning together. Okay, so I have a feeling this comes from Heart of Darkness. This is from a statement after Mr. Kurtz's death. And Heart of Darkness is the horror in 19th century Africa. So we are the hollow men, we are the stuffed men, leaning together, headpiece filled with straw, alas. So there is nothing to us. We are empty. We are full of straw. We're like scarecrows. Our dried voices, when we whisper together, are quiet and meaningless. So when we say things, the things that we say are they have no people don't listen to them, because we're still talking about the past. We are stuffed and hollow. We are scarecrows filled with straw. We are like wind in dry grass. Notice his style of this is very modernist. Yeah, or rat's feet over broken glass in our dry cellar. And this clearly, to me, this rat's feet bit is a metaphor for the emptiness of these people. Shape without form, shade without colour, paralysed force, gesture without motion. So they exist, but they don't have any effect. They exist in a world of light and dark. They have force, but they can't move. Those who have crossed with direct eyes to death's other kingdom, remember us. So I think this is now referring to the people who have died in the First World War, those who have crossed, the people who have died, and the end of the previous era, the pre-First World War era. Okay, these people, they remember us, if at all, not as lost, violent souls, but only as the hollow men, the stuffed men. So I think now they are just empty. Eyes I dare not meet in dreams, in death's dream kingdom. These do not appear. So these are the eyes of people that I think he has seen disappear in the war. That these are the dead, the mountains of dead from the First World War. There the eyes are, sunlight on a broken column. Okay, so I think this sunlight it's referring to a past era. You go to ancient Greece or Italy, and you will see sunlight on a broken column. And the people who would have died from the First World War, they are there, but they are something in the past, something that is remembered. There is a tree swinging, and voices in the wind singing, more distant and more solemn than a fading star. So it's almost like they are a dream. Yeah, this is a memory, something from the past, and they are unable to look directly into the eyes of the dead. Okay, I think this sunlight on a broken column as well is probably referring to heaven as well, that these people are there. Let me be no nearer in death's dream kingdom. Let me also wear such deliberate disguises. Rat's coat, crowskin, cross staves in a field, behaving as the wind behaves, no nearer. Okay, so I think this is talking about the destruction of the culture before, not that final meeting in the Twilight Kingdom. So the past is dead and gone, and now they are now unable to go into a new world. This is the dead land. This is cactus land. Here the stone images are raised. Here they receive the supplication of a dead man's hand under a twinkle of a fading star. Okay, so this is the land of the dead. Now that this era between the wars, it's like a world of the dead. It's cactus, it's barren, it's like a desert. Here the stone images are raised. So there are still images from the past, but the past has gone. The supplication of a dead man's hand under the twinkling of a fading star. Yes, I think maybe they are begging that the final meeting with God will be delayed. Is it like this in death's other kingdom? So is it the same as we are in the world we're in the real kingdom of death? Walking alone at the hour when we are trembling with tenderness, lips that would kiss, form prayers to a broken stone. So here, prayers to a broken stone. This is the status quo that used to be. And they are this status quo, the broken stone. It no longer exists, and the people, the hollow men, are still praying to this broken stone because they're neither dead nor alive. The eyes are not here. There are no eyes here. In this valley of dying stars, in this hollow valley, this broken jaw of our lost kingdom. So Okay, this is he's returning to the image of eyes. The hollow men, the people alive, are unable to follow the men they used to know to the valley of death, to the real valley of death. They're walking, so they're unable to go back to the real valley of the shadow of death. Okay, but the hollow men, they don't have God to comfort them. Okay, again we've got this word broken. The world has been broken. The past has been broken. Dying stars, hollow valley. Okay, so the world has gone. In this last of meeting places, we grope together and avoid speech, gathered on this beach of the tumid river. So the tumid river is clearly the river of life, and tumid is full of water. And the river of life is pouring past. But they can't cross the river. They can't get to the other side. They can't cross the river Styx. Sightless, unless the eyes reappear as the perpetual star, multifoliate rose of death's twilight kingdom. Okay, here now he's speaking about the multifoliate rose. This has many petals and it stands for heaven. So the kingdom of a rose is God's grace. It's God and the angels, and not the hollow men. They can't have access to this kingdom. The hope only of empty men. So they don't have the ability to get out of the situation they're in. Here we go round the prickly pear. The prickly pear. Here we go round the prickly pear at 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, this is actually, it's echoing. Here we go round the mulberry bush. The mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush at 5 o'clock in the morning. Was it 5 or, well, on a Christmas day in the morning. And the men, the hollow men are dancing. They're following what the customs, but that doesn't get them to the other side. That doesn't get them out of this hollow position. Between the idea and the reality, between the motion and the act, falls the shadow. For thine is the kingdom. So the shadow. Okay, so this is the thing that has been stopping the situation from changing. This is the shadow. For thine is the kingdom. This is part of the Lord's Prayer. For thine is the kingdom, but it's missing the power and the glory. Between the conception and the creation, between the emotion and the response. So he's showing a bit of the prayer to show good intentions of these men, but their inability to do anything about it. Between the conception and the creation, between the emotion and the response, falls the shadow. Life is very long. So they are lost between the idea and the realization of it, between feeling the emotion and actually creating the response, between the desire and the spasm. Okay, I think this is about sex, and I don't think they can cross over. Between the potency and the existence, so between the potency of a person and their existence, and they are somewhere between life and death. And like this, life could be really long for them. And the descent falls the shadow. For thine is the kingdom. For thine is life is. For thine is... This is the end of the Lord's Prayer. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. So this is how things end. That it's not going to end with massive explosions. It's just going to slowly and quietly disappear. So the world doesn't end with these huge wars. But perhaps it destroys people, it destroys societies. So anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. The Hollow Men by T.S. Eliot.